Let's go to Taylor from New York. Taylor, welcome to the David Pakman Show. What is on your mind today?
Hi, David. Can you hear me,
Yes, I can.
sir? Oh, how wonderful. Long time listener and follower, first time caller. I've seen these TikTok videos about these protesters on Long Island shutting down some Hamptons airports, which, I'm very proud of and very happy to see. But one of the, I guess, counter protesters we're making the case that, statistics line, you can flip statistics one way or another to, excuse me, there's a fire truck driving by, to, push whatever agenda that you are trying to push. How do you feel about that?
Well, I just don't know what statistics you're referring to.
Excuse me, I'm sorry. They made the case of, the 50% of all of the airline emissions come from private airliners or private jets and so forth. And like the counter protester was basically saying, flip that statistic another way, 50% of everything comes from commercial travel. So how do you feel about the kind of statistic, numbers don't lie, but depending on how you switch them,
Listen,
they could
the
imply
stat
something
you're
else.
citing, it's the first I've heard. Everything I'm able to find is that private jets are 2 to 3% of aviation emissions. And of course, aviation emissions are only a portion of all transportation emissions, and transportation emissions are only a portion of all emissions. That's what I'm finding. Now, that's not a defense or a critique of anything. I think that there must be I don't know in what ways you could massage or manipulate that statistic. I don't know how you would get from 2% to 50%. So, it's just hard to comment without knowing what sort of sources they're referring to.
Of course, of course. My apologies. I put my hand up, and the first time I've ever talked on something like this, so I wasn't perfectly
Oh, no, it's
prepared.
not a
But
criticism of the question. I mean, listen, generally speaking, there are statistics you can manipulate. I mean, listen, a classic one is with the labor force participation rate. Republicans, when they want to make the case that the economy is bad, but unemployment is low, they often will say there's a record number of people not working today. And then when the economy is under a Republican and they want to say that it's good, they'll say, well, we have a record number of people working today. And of course, if you understand that the population of the US continues to grow, at most points in history, we had a record high of people working and a record high of people not working. So it is a manipulation of a statistic for sure. With the private jet thing specifically, I just am not sure I can weigh in, but it's a very good point.
no worries, David. I really enjoy your show. I'm happy. I'm happy you picked on me. I'll
All
talk to
right.
you next time. Thanks.
Taylor from New York, thank you. Appreciate it. Everybody loves a good bowl of instant ramen every once in a while. Hard to beat the convenience, usually not the healthiest option. The taste is often very so-so. But that's only because you haven't tried Imi, which is a different kind of ramen. Our sponsor, Imi, makes ramen noodles you can actually feel good about. Low carb, only 5 net carbs, 18 grams of fiber for digestive and gut health, 22 grams of protein, so you're satisfied and fueled, which is not how you often feel after traditional instant ramen. The best part is it just tastes really great. The texture and the flavor are just like the ramen you're used to in the Japanese restaurants. It comes in 6 delicious flavors, all vegan, creamy chicken, spicy red miso, spicy beef. Imi is an awesome alternative when you need a quick snack. It'll keep you from reaching for the junk food. It's as easy as any instant ramen. You just pop it in the microwave. Go to imieats.com/Pacman and use code Pacman for $5 off. The link is down below.